Does bullying occur in the school premises?
From what I have seen, bullying as such in physical bullying is not so evident. There might be one or two small incidences somewhere, but not to that extent. But I do believe that there is this misuse or abuse of the social media, of sending messages which are not appropriate, or on the Facebook which is not appropriate, and that is as damaging to a young child's psyche as much as I think physical bullying would be. And it is difficult to track and trace until the person who is getting bullied actually, brings to our notice. So I've had one or two incidences where I've observed that, and that is somewhere I think we need to look at and work on.
What are the initiatives taken to reduce bullying within the school?
We do start, and we do a lot of things. It starts from assemblies, it starts from counseling, it starts from making the parents aware about bullying and the impacts and the cyberbullying, and we have a digital device responsible use agreement where we encourage our students to read through. It's there in the planners also, that all this amounts to bullying. And we have shared a site which is called commonsensemedia.org, which is an excellent platform from where you can learn how to become responsible users of the media, not just to bully somebody else, but not to get bullied by other people also. So how do you track that this is getting now beyond the limit and this is not acceptable and I should put a full stop to it? So we are creating this, but I think there's a lot more that needs to be done, because we still are not being able to communicate this very clearly to each and every one of our student and parent as we would want it. So it's an ongoing process, and we are all working on it. And we would love suggestions from students on how do you think we can make it more impactful and more relevant to them.
Well, it would be very nice to say no, it doesn't. But of course, yes, it does. When you have larger students and smaller students, inevitably that sort of thing is going to happen.
What forms of bullying are most popular in the school?
I think physical bullying doesn't tend to happen quite so much because that's the obvious one. Whereas I would suggest it is more the kind of mental bullying, if you like. Little comments, putting people down, that sort of thing. There is some physical bullying in the sense of, you see people pushing other people on the corridors and whatever else. But yes, more the kind of emotional bullying.
Do you know any initiatives that have been taken to reduce bullying, like policies?
Within school?
Yeah, within school.
Yep, we do have an anti-bullying policy. There is an anti-discrimination policy, and that is common across all GEM schools. So there are procedures to follow. I think potentially the biggest problem with bullying and discrimination, in a sense, is that people don't want to speak up and say anything about it. There's that culture of, if I go and tell a teacher, then I'm a grass, right? Which, okay, fair enough, we understand, but at the same time, if you're being bullied, then maybe let the teachers go and bully the bully and see what happens, right? But you know how it goes, right? And yes, it is very difficult, but unless people are prepared to speak up, then that makes it difficult. So one of the things that we've suggested with the anti-bullying policy is that there are ways to be able to talk to somebody else about what is happening without it being a situation where you feel a teacher or a senior leader will be pulled in immediately and they will then, go and have it out with that particular person. So strategies are given to the person to try and alleviate the bullying situation, because often bullies are cowards at the end of the day, and if somebody stands up to them, they will back off very rapidly. They pick on people who they think aren't going to react or, answer them back or fight back.
So have you guys witnessed any bullying in school?
Yes, during break, mostly in basketball courts.
What type of bullying? What type of bullying exists?
Okay.
Pushing, because they're trying to steal the ball, so if someone does steal the ball, they actually scream and shout, push, shove, punch.
And in the end, a lot of people end up in the clinic.
Oh, okay. So physical bullying.
Yeah.
And
Do you think this has an impact on the people that are being bullied?
Yes, because if they get like serious injuries, then they have to pay to go to the hospital now for medical equipment.
And which grade mostly gets bullied? Is it your grade, or is it the year 9s, or is it the year 7s?
7 to 9.
7 to 9.
Who are the bullies?
Like really big guys who knows how to play the sport really well. They try to steal the ball from
So year 10s and year 11s, or is it year 9s?
year 7 to year 9. It's like whatever the year group is, who's good at that sport.
Oh, okay.
They become competitive.
Okay, so what do you think we should do to reduce this physical bullying?
I don't know.
So do you think we could sort of have timings for each grade, or should there be, should we go and complain to the teachers, or should there be assemblies? Which one do you think is the most effective?
Well, complain to teachers, of course. But there's like one teacher that takes control of the basketball court where there's lots of children playing, so she couldn't handle it herself.
So there should be more teachers.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. So, do you think this has an impact on the people that are being bullied?
Yeah,
What type of
it
impact?
affects them a lot, their courage and everything.
Their self-esteem. How do you think we can reduce cyberbullying within school?
Just to show them that it's not gonna help anyone at all. 'Cause, like, if you're bullying someone, you're not doing it for the fun of it. You're just hurting the person. Just let them think twice about what they're doing.
So it's for girls. Do you think it's mostly verbal bullying, or is it cyberbullying?
I think it could be cyberbullying
Yeah,
as well.
cyberbullying.
It's all very social. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think this has an impact on the people who are being bullied?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what type of impact?
It'll pull down their self-esteem.
Yeah, but especially for girls, like it's going to make their
Yeah.
self-esteem just go to the ground.
And how do you think we can reduce bullying?
Well, by if you can put a stop to it yourself if you see it happening, or you can inform anybody about the authority about what's happening.
Or you can give someone a compliment, like, whenever, because you never know when they might need it or not.
What type of bullying do you think exists in school? Like, which is the most popular?
Like physical or verbal or cyber.
Verbal bullying? What do you think?
Horrible.
Okay.
Maybe physical, like sometimes, in the field and boys get in fight.
Okay. And how do you think we can reduce bullying?
That's a hard one.
You can complain to the teacher
You could get people to stop being afraid of speaking
or
out.
go tell them in the face.
How does this impact the person who's being bullied?
It hurts. I mean, it might make them depressed. It might make them feel like they're inferior, which isn't a nice feeling for anyone to feel.